port security.
No.
What did you guys ever do like ads or anything for?
Currently, no. One thing.
Seattle's most expensive home in 2020.
Nice.
We won an award from top of Seattle Real Producers for having been top.
That's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
social.
we won an award for that in our company.
So it's called the Aleutian something. It's reported as like a 400-foot multi-story fishing vessel, some kind of harbor vessel. And when they go, the upper powerhouse is fully involved, but it apparently made it to. Oh no, there's no behind this one. It's Aleutian Falcon. Aleutian Falcon. Oh, it's a seafood employee, but I'm hoping it's their security. It's Port of Tacoma.
There's that superheated gas. So yeah, so ladder 64 is on the same color of that flag.
Oh, I don't know. It's starting to push from the back again.
Started changing colors.
It's burning something real rich in there.
Yeah, like
Here we go. You guys good? Okay. Say and spell your name, please.
Assistant Chief Alex Wilsey, Alexwilsie.
Did I bump it again? Damn, that thing's... Okay.
Just trying to make this slack a little better.
Okay. And if you could give us a breakdown of what happened here.
All right, so approximately at 10:30 this evening, we got dispatched to a boat fire in the area. Our fireboat was the first to arrive on scene. It was a little bit difficult to find. We didn't have a very good reporting party at the time, but they did find the Aleutian Falcon, which is a Trident seafood boat, about 300 feet in length. The pilot house was heavily involved in fire. Upon their arrival, they began to put water on the fire. Then we decided that much more involved. It was down in actually the whole space. There had been some reports of some work that had been done on the vessel the night prior, so our fire investigators will be on scene to do a more thorough investigation, most likely tomorrow.
And what about the tanker that had oil and the ammonia?
All right, so the Aleutian Falcon is a fishing vessel, so it has ammonia tanks on it to keep the fish cold. Those tanks are intact. They're at the stern of the vessel, probably the furthest part away from the active fire right now. We have no reason to believe that any damage had happened to those tanks, but we will be notifying everybody if something does happen with those tanks. The tanker that is directly behind the Aleutian Falcon is a oil barge that is used by Trident. Foss Tug Maritime was in here. We did already remove a cruise ship that was immediately alongside the Aleutian Falcon. We made the decision not to move the barge due to the volatility of that barge and the fact that moving it might be even worse than if we just left it in place. So right now that barge is going to be left in place. We are keeping a defensive posture around that barge and the dock right now, and we are still applying water to the Aleutian Falcon.
And when you found out that the circumstances of oil and the ammonia, did you move the crews back for safety at any point?
That's correct. Just about, I would say 15 minutes ago, when after consulting with Foss Tug, we pulled our crews back a little bit. We took a little more defensive posture just in case the Aleutian Falcon decides to get a little bit lower in the water and possibly roll over.
How important is it to have information when you're fighting a fire like this? How important is it to have that information of what's surrounding it, what's in it, things like that? How helpful is that?
That was very helpful, and fortunately for us, we had a representative from Trident Seafoods on scene fairly early that had the fire control plan for the Aleutian Falcon for us, and has been a great asset to us at the command post so far.
How did this get? How many alarms did this elevate to?
We only kept this to a single alarm, but we added additional units. We also have West Pierce Fire and Rescue's fireboat on scene to assist us in the marine effort. We have also called back our other fireboat crew. Our larger fireboat is now on scene along with our smaller fireboat, so there are 3 fireboats on scene and 1 Foss Tug at this point.
Is Seattle here with their fireboat?
Seattle was called, but due to the lengthy response from Seattle, we turned them around. Once we were able to get our reserve crew in place with our larger boat, and now they are on scene just as I came over here. We have plenty of firefighting power in the water right now.
Did the Coast Guard get called for help as well?
Coast Guard, Department of Ecology, in emergency management, all have been notified, contacted. Coast Guard is en route with a small boat to create a safety zone around the vessel. They are also sending a crew on land to help with any ecology effort that we need help with.
And
what is the biggest concern right now when it comes to environmental impact?
Our biggest concern, honestly, is the Aleutian Falcon at this point. It does have reportedly approximately 48,000 gallons of diesel fuel aboard. So if it does go down or roll over, then we'll definitely have a possibility of a large fuel spill. But as of right now, the area is boomed off with absorbent booms. So if that does happen, we feel fairly confident we'll be able to keep it somewhat contained.
And how big of a threat, the ammonia, what does that pose as a problem?
Well, once that gets underwater and it cools off, then there's the threat is really taken down to 0 for the ammonia. So.
Is there any, is the biggest concern for you guys right now, just for safety reasons, just the boat capsizing or starting to sink.
That is correct, and that's why we moved the other vessels away from it. We are going to be paying close attention to the dock. We have adjusted the lines to the Aleutian Falcon to make sure that it takes the least amount of impact to the dock if it does roll over, and we have moved our crews back to a safe distance so that they aren't impacted if that happens.
There's no reason to believe there's anybody on the vessel.
There is no one on the vessel reported by Trident Seafood tonight.
And all your firefighters are in okay right now?
They are. They're all accounted for and within a safe distance.
And of course, from the guy at Trident, you're pretty confident there shouldn't be anyone on there then.
Correct.